Good evening, Postal family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. What's going on this Tuesday evening? Today's topic is a very interesting topic. I'm discussing management's tactics. We all know what our beloved management does to us. I just want to explore the different things they do and they get away with. So should be fun. First, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. All about postal content. If you like, postal content, have interest in it, I would love to have you on my channel, join my channel. Thanks so much for all you do. Keep giving the channel the thumbs up, the video the thumbs up, helps out everything. And again, thanks so much everything you all do for me in the comments. You know how much I love comments. And I can't thank you guys enough for everything you share, interesting things, wonderful things. Appreciate all the props you give me. Thanks so much for the comments. Again, thanks. Just for everything you all do for me, the personal messages, the doing good job messages. Thanks so much. First of all, this channel is from my views, my experiences. I never speak on behalf of USPS, Post Office, so strictly got to get that out of the way. So let's get to today's topic, management's tactics. We all know what happens. We all know how it goes. Just want to bring up this topic, raise some extra awareness on this, like, they get away with everything. We file our grievances, but, something's got to give, something's got to change. So, USPS management employs various tactics that can be perceived as unfavorable or challenging for mail carriers. These often stem from pressure to meet delivery metrics, reduce costs, and maintain efficiency. Here are some commonly reported tactics. It's fun stuff. Misuse of GPS data and tracking. Management may use data from mobile delivery devices, MDDs, which include GPS tracking to monitor carriers' movements and stationary time on routes. This data can be used as a basis for disciplinary action, with management alleging failure to perform conscientiously. I love these hard vocabulary words. However, unions argue that GPS data alone is not always accurate and does not tell the full story, and that it should not substitute for actual street supervision and observation. They emphasize that disciplinary actions must adhere to the just cause principle of the national agreement. Time card alterations and underpayment, a significant issue that has led to numerous grievances, is the alteration of mail carriers' time cards by managers to show fewer hours worked. This has resulted in unpaid wages and has been a reoccurring problem, with arbitrators and federal investigators finding widespread instances of this illegal practice. This has been going all along, but recently my shop steward said they no longer have access to time cards. Just the other day we had I think the food drive, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, food drive, and when we come back, you can do overtime on the food drive, something like that. And I remember the shop steward said. Management isn't allowed to touch our time cards no more. The head clerk had to do it. So that's some good news if it is true in every station. Let me know in the comments if that's true in every station. So pressure to speed up, intimidation. There's a big, huge word, intimidation. Carriers often face constant pressure to complete their routes quickly due to time constraints and expectations from supervisors. There isn't a specific street standard for delivery speed due to union protections. Let me say that again. There isn't a specific street standard for delivery speed due to union protections. So management may resort to intimidation tactics to try and make carriers go faster, even in challenging conditions like extreme weather. Nowadays, heat. Now you're out there rushing. You got pressure from such and such supervisor. A lot of people, I always say, why do you receive the call? I was like that too. My first few years, I was always answering phone calls, this and that, harassment. Get done quick. Need you to go help such and such after you're done. I finally learned after it took few years for me to learn. I'm very proud of it, but I don't answer the phone no more. I have everybody on block, so it's a lot less stressful, man. Trust me, guys. I see all these new CCAs coming in, man. They're scared like they have to answer the phone from such and such manager. You don't have to. You don't have to. They're not paying your cell phone bill. If they every morning, for example, we get our scanner, right? There's a cell phone there too. That's different. That post office is providing that cell phone, but they're not. Why do we answer? I just don't get it. The ones that answer, granted, it's courtesy on our part, but that's props to them. They can answer all they want, but the choice is right there for all the carriers to answer or not answer. You're not being disrespectful, nothing like that. It's your choice, strictly your choice. Disregard for safety and well-being. While USPS policy states that supervisors are responsible for employee well-being and accident prevention, some carriers report that management prioritizes speed over safety. Man, this is some good stuff. They do 100% speed over safety. And then once something is occurred, God forbid an accident, oh, you're at fault. They take back of that. They never said anything for you to hurry up. Disregard for safety and well-being. While USPS policy that states that supervisors are responsible for employee well-being and accident prevention, some carriers report management prioritizing speed over safety. Okay, I just wanted to read it again. This can lead to situations where carriers are encouraged to cut corners or work in unsafe conditions, potentially leading to injuries. These are some valuable points, guys. If you're new, you're a CCA, listen up. This is some good key points to consider. Work in unsafe conditions, potentially leading to injuries. Our line of work, we're constantly using our joints, leg joints, we're on the move always. So when you got this pressure in your head, like such and such time, you have to be done. Your knees, you got to watch out for everything. Where you're stepping one wrong step and your knee joint, God forbid, something turns. Your ankles, we got to watch everything what we do. You can only rush so much. Forget about the pressure. This is a physical work. You have to watch out for yourself. You only get one body, all the joints. You have to take care of yourself. So don't let the pressure, get to you guys. Take your time. Each time you get out, make that delivery. So lack of proper training and support. Some accounts suggest that the path to management within USPS doesn't always prioritize good performance as a carrier, leading to managers who may lack practical understanding of a carrier's job or effective leadership skills. This one hit home, guys. This one really hit home, if you guys know what I'm talking. Managers who may lack practical understanding of a carrier's job of effective leadership skill. This can result in poor communication, disorganization, and a lack of support for carriers. Boy, have we seen this kind of managers all along. They moved up from clerk. They have no idea what a carrier does in heat, sleet. They look at the numbers in the morning. Oh, my number says you can do it in this much time. I need you to do it. And you cannot argue with them because they think they own everything, and they've earned their way to management. And they know how deliveries are made. They haven't made a single delivery in their life. They would bring sometimes a package, but in AC trucks, they think they've handled it. And just like giving orders. So, or on the flip side, if you have a manager that came up through the ranks as a carrier, you won't even have a problem. They won't tell you certain things because they know they've been there, done that. They know it can be accomplished in such and such. You have such and such number of DPS packages and flats. It can be done in this 8 hours window, so they would know. So this is a valid point. Lack of proper training and support. A lot of accounts suggest that the path to management within USPS doesn't always prioritize good performance as a carrier, leading to managers who may lack practical understanding of a carrier's job, leadership skills. Basically, what that means is, we gotta find a way to get managers that are carriers, not from any other craft. No disrespect to other craft. If you're gonna manage carriers, you gotta be one that was a carrier. That would be easier on all the carriers, and it would be easier, much less arguments. You would know what to expect, what can be done, because you did it yourself as a carrier. Micromanagement, another big one, and hostile work environment. Carriers sometimes report feeling micromanaged and experiencing a hostile work environment where management is seen as actively trying to make the other guy look bad or being overly disciplinary in nature. Union bargaining unit work. Management may sometimes perform bargaining unit work, which is work typically done by carriers. This is common source of grievances by unions, as it can reduce opportunities for carriers, especially those on the overtime desired list. What carriers can do. Unions like the NALC for city carriers, NRLCA for rural carriers play a crucial role in protecting carriers' rights. They advise carriers to understand their rights, familiarize themselves with the national agreement handbooks and memorandums of understanding MOUs that govern their wages, hours, and working conditions. This is a serious topic, guys. As new CCAs come in, or ones that have been here, you gotta know your rules. You can't keep letting management run all over you. You gotta step up for yourself. Granted, it's not something easy. We go to work, we don't worry about rules, just do our route. But management can get away with things that they're not supposed to. So please read the handbooks. This is correct information. Know all your rights, what is right, what is wrong. Document everything. Keep records of incidents, communications, and any perceived violations. Contact their union steward immediately. If they believe their rights are being violated, are facing disciplinary action, or witness a contract violation, they should contact their union rep as soon as possible, ideally within 14 days of the incident. File grievances. The grievance procedure is a formal process for resolving disputes. Carriers should work with their union to file grievances when appropriate. Grievances, I don't know, at least what I see, grievances are overrated. They hardly do anything. Management can just say, we don't have time to go over this and that, and then it keeps getting delayed. So you file a grievance today, it can take up to half a year, if that, to get a result, something. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you guys stations grievances do any good, how quickly they do any good. Be aware of tracking. Understand how GPS data from MDDs is used and be mindful of their work practices. While they should be efficient, they should also prioritize safety and accuracy. It's important to note that while these tactics are reported, individual experiences can vary depending on the specific post office and management personnel. However, the recurring nature of these issues indicates systematic challenges within the USPS management structure. Very well article. I like this article. Stuff that we all go through on a daily basis, man. This is some good stuff. All these topics happen to us daily. We go across them, and we see management doing this and that. You got to know your rights. Get with your shop stewards. Make sure your rights are not violated. Again, I say, make sure your rights are not violated in all stations. You got to know that, as a carrier, there are certain things that management can get away with. They try all their best, like we were talking about, make you speed out there in dangerous weather conditions. You're not watching yourself. You're in speed. Your mind is telling you to rush. You only got such and such 4 hours left out of 8 hours. You were told to complete your route, but you're not. For example, is a really heavy rainy day, and you were told to do 8 hours. You're not gonna rush. Rush, you're gonna get hurt. Your truck is not gonna go that fast. Water everywhere. So, use your common sense, guys. They can say pretty much anything to pressure you, but at the end of the day, you got to be safe getting home to your family. So, might as well do it patiently, You got to do your route patiently, no pressure. Efficiently, but safely, that's the word. Each route, you know how to handle it. You know what can be done, what cannot be done. So I would just recommend, take the safer side. Don't let these people run all over you guys, all over us. They take a lot of shortcuts, behind our backs. So I'm not making all of them bad. It's just, the things that have been going on, that it needs to stop. It needs to change. First of all, my basic advice will be to bring up managers that are, carriers, former carriers. A lot of former carriers, I guess, don't put in to become a manager. That's why they have to take from other crafts. I'm guessing that's the reason. But, other crafts like clerks, they always step up to be the manager, and then they're blank. They just like to give orders. They've never been a carrier, so it doesn't make sense. If you've never been a carrier, how are you going to manage carriers? How? You're going to look at your paperwork. This is what my calculation is telling me. I need you to do this in this amount of time. No ifs, buts about it. You can't question them that you've never done it. So that's my taking. Very good article today of the stuff we go through on a daily basis. Just you guys gotta be alert of what is right, what is wrong, and don't let people run you over rules. Rules are broken left and right. I'm sure in all the post offices across the board, there isn't a perfect post office that has some probably carrier managers out there, the carriers that made managers, so those are the lucky ones, I guess. But I've been told even all the manager, once you reach the manager level, your mindset changes, even if you were a carrier before. So it's just the craft is just becoming manager. The pressure from the district manager is just tinkles down. He's got the pressure coming. So they've got to take it out on somebody, and we're the scapegoats. So we're the bottom, so they got to take it out on us, but we got rights, and please know all your rights, guys. Anyway, let's see this thing. After a certain amount of time, this thing likes to kick out. There it is. That's it. Excellent video today, guys. Stay good out there. Keep tabs on what's going on in Congress, and the retirement issue. It's still in the works. There was some news on it. I'll make a video on that too. There's something came out, updated what's going on with the furs and all that. But anyway, thanks for joining me this evening. As always, stay safe out there. Stay good. Know your rights. And Mailman Saeed will see you next time. Peace out.